So in 2020, I picked up this book from a local bookstore. It was called Outlaws and Gunslingers, Tales of the West's Most Notorious Outlaws by Alton Pryor. There's chapters on Billy the Kid, Jesse James, Black Belle. Whoops.
But, don't get what's famous confused with what's true.
So I'm just kind of flipping through, I'm trying to learn as much as I can about the gunslinger stuff. I was going through a phase, still kind of going through a phase. And I found this one guy named Tiburcio Vasquez. Maybe it was his name that fascinated me, but when I started reading about him, I saw that he was from the Los Angeles area, and there's actually a location in the Los Angeles area that's still named after him. It's called the Vasquez Rocks. I did a little Google search, and I was like, dude, I've seen those rocks on the freeway. Called up my boy Sam Rodriguez. I was like, we're going to the Vasquez Rocks. Let's go.
Action.
So the Vasquez Rocks natural area is a 932-acre park located in the Sierra Pelona Mountains and is known for its epic-looking rocks, which, if I were an outlaw, I would hide out there. The park itself is filled with hiking trails that go along and through said rock formations. The Pacific Crest Trail even cuts through the park, and because of its proximity to Los Angeles, the rocks have been used in various films and television shows such as Star Trek The Original Series and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. But my personal favorite use was in Werewolf of London, where they used it as Tibet. And that's cool and all, right? Everyone focuses on the pop culture use of Vasquez Rocks, but I want to know more about the dude it's named after. See, unlike many other outlaws, Vasquez was born to a respected family in Monterey, California. But he became associated with Anastasio Garcia, a one-time member of the band of outlaws led by Joaquin Murrieta. One night in 1852, he and Garcia were attending a fandango when they both got involved in a melee involving the law, which resulted in the death of Constable William Hardmount. Vasquez was only 17 years old when his life of crime began. Vasquez would go on later to claim that all of his crimes were due to the fact that he hated the gringos, who had discriminated against Californians of Mexican and Native descent. By 1856, Vasquez led his own gang and was considered a master outlaw. During his lifetime, Vasquez would go in and out of the San Quentin Penitentiary 3 times for multi-year sentences. In the 1870s, Vasquez was considered such a menace that he had a bounty on his head of $8,000 alive and $6,000 dead. In 1874, Vasquez was caught in the Cahuenga Hills, nowadays known as the Hollywood Hills. While in the Los Angeles jail, he was interviewed by 3 reporters, to each of whom he insisted that he had never killed anyone and that each of his crimes were committed for honorable reasons. Vasquez became somewhat of a celebrity and a hero to many Spanish-speaking Americans. In January 1875, Vasquez's trial was held. It lasted for 4 days, and it took the jury 2 hours to come up with a guilty verdict. Vasquez met his end on March 19, 1875 in San Jose by the way of hanging. Now, to me, that's a pretty cool story. Whether this guy was actually a good guy or a bad guy, whew. The dude was an outlaw, I'll say that. To me, the Vasquez Rocks is a place where legend meets reality. A lot of times when you read something historical, you see it, and you see a bunch of places you've never been to, and it all just kind of takes place in this imagined version of the past in your head. But to be able to visit some place where a historical event happened really contextualizes the place that you're at. Like, to be hiking among these rocks and know that an outlaw lived there for a year and didn't get caught by the law while he was there, to me is pretty sick. And there's plenty of places to hide. little crawl spaces to get into and stuff. I could see it. Overall, I recommend the Vasquez Rocks. If you're looking for a fun place to hike, you're in the Los Angeles area. It's not too long of a drive. I mean, pretty sick rocks. Climb some rocks, dude. Get out there and climb some rocks. But yeah, that's basically it, everyone. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that little notification bell to stay up to date on my adventures. I'll be uploading a lot more stuff coming up soon. Anyway, until next time, stay groovy, friends.